All right, guys, welcome back to Gaming News and Breakdowns. Today we have a video that I was not actually expecting to make. Um, I said in my earlier video, I don't know if you guys saw that, the Helldivers video. Um, I said in that video that I was going to make a Destiny 2 video today, talking about the new live stream that came out, and I decided to put that one on pause because there's another topic that I wanted to talk about, and I've not heard anyone else say this since Bungie had their live stream today. So I thought it would be a good idea to um, get this video out first, see what you guys think, and then um, later on, probably tomorrow, I will get the other Destiny video out that I was planning to actually make, talking about just overall live stream and how it went and my thoughts on it, and just breaking down any trailers and anything that was seen. But right now, we're going to talk about, is Bungie making Helldivers 3? And flat answer is no, obviously not. This is Destiny. Helldivers is Arrowhead, but I don't necessarily mean um, are they making the third Helldivers game. What I mean is, are they, I don't want to say copying because that's not the right word, but how much is Helldivers influencing the missions or the new activities in or I almost said episodes, my bad, in um, the Renegades expansion. Uh, And you might be thinking to yourself, obviously not. This is Destiny. Like, they're space games, but they're, there's no similarities whatsoever. Um, and I will say I did find um, a lot of similarities between Helldivers and their new activity. So uh, let's get into it. So first off, their new activity is called the Lawless Frontier. And basically, the way it works is there are three crime syndicates. Um, the first one is run by the Cabal. The second one is run by the Vex, and the third one is run by the Fallen. And the way they did it was really cool. The Fallen are like, uh, in the lore, Fallen typically worship machines, but these Fallen were described as an atheist biker gang that worship their Kel. So I think that's pretty cool. The Cabal are broken off from their version of the Empire because this is a Star Wars expansion. And the Empire in this one is Cabal. So the Cabal is they're like a broken off faction of that empire, um, led by Scions. And if you know anything about Cabal lore, you know that the Scions are pretty powerful when they're leading. So um, that's interesting. And then the final faction are the Vex, and these Vex are Vex that were individualized by Maya Sundaresh. However, they've broken off from her control, and they're trying to find out what individuality means, which in the ViDoc Addison lore joked that that meant doing crime and wearing clothes. So these three factions are going to send you out, and uh, you're going to be facing a different faction, either one of the three, the Cabal, Fallen, or Vex, and you're going to do a job. I'll have the menu up on screen right now, and you have a few different options. Basically, what you can do is you can go in with your fire team, get the job done. There's going to be some bonus objectives, and the bonus objectives are optional. You don't have to do them. However, if you do, it might make your mission a little bit easier, and it might give you some extra credits or some extra money or rewards. On top of that, you can call in what Bungie is calling renegade abilities. And these abilities are, some of them are abilities, but most of them are tech. For example, you can call in an airstrike. You can call in the Destiny's version of an AT-AT, an AT-AT. Um, you can call in for years. We've been having Cabal dropships falling on our heads. You can now call Cabal dropships on your enemy's head. So there are a bunch of different power ups. You can summon vehicles. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. And it looks like a ton of fun. It looks like a great expansion, or it looks like a great activity. And to finalize the mission, once you complete your objective, you go to a ship. It won't be your ship, it'll be one of the city forces uh, ships. But you'll go to a ship and you have to extract. Um, Now, I'm not sure exactly how extraction works. I don't know if you finish the activity and you extract versus you finishing the activity and not extracting. I'm not sure how that affects loot. Um, it's pretty unclear right now. However, there is an extraction portion, and that was what had me thinking. I was watching the stream and I saw a clip of a guardian running into the extraction ship, and his buddy was following right behind him. And it looked very familiar, and it it reminded me of every time you exfil in Helldivers. Um, it looked identical to that situation. There were enemies all around. They were just about to be overran. The ship comes in just at the last second. You get on the ship and then you fly away. And even the scene where the ship flies away looked like the scene where the Pelican in Helldivers launches and you fly up towards your um, super destroyer. Um, it it looks identical. And that got me to start thinking. And looking back, I started to realize everything mirrors Helldivers in this mission. Um, you have three factions, one of which are the Fallen, who are described in the lore as um, spider pirates, aka bugs. You have the Vex, which are robots, which symbolize the automatons. And then you have the Cabal, which it's not stated clearly, but the Cabal, as of right now, are under the influence of Maya Sundaresh. But they could also, in the expansion, be under the influence of the new Dredgen, who's equivalently like the Sith Lord of the expansion. Um, so therefore, that Sith Lord is using darkness powers, or if they are under the control of Maya, they are being controlled by the Echo of Command. So essentially, they're mindless zombies, which represent the um, the voteless in Helldivers. And I know that last one with the Cabal is kind of a stretch, but the similarities are very, I mean, they're there. Um, but on top of that, there's also gameplay. So if you remember, I talked about um, the renegade abilities. Basically, how those work is you have a coin, um, almost like a drifter. You flip a coin in the air and then you shoot the coin out of your hands, and wherever it lands, that's where the ability lands. So, like for example, if you were to call down a walker, you shoot the coin on like a ridge, and then on that ridge is where the walker lands. Let's say you're calling in an airstrike, you shoot the coin, and wherever the coin lands, that's where the airstrike hits. Very similar to the little balls that you throw in Helldivers. You throw an airstrike stratagem. That's where the airstrike lands. You throw a supply beacon. That's where the airstrike. That's where the supply beacon land, or the supply hellpod lands. And on top of that, speaking of supply beacons or supply hellpods, when Bungie was explaining how the Cabal drop pods work as an ability, they mention that when the ball dissolves, there will be supplies in there that you can pick up and use. So you can use it as a weapon and to resupply. That's essentially how we use supply pods in Helldivers. You can call in a supply drop on an enemy, it'll crush them, and then you can get your loot. Um, so the similarities are there as well. On top of the fact that one of the things that the developers said was you might notice um, when you're playing, like there are side activities like a turret that is raining fire on you. So you can go and you don't have to destroy that turret. It is an optional objective. However, if you do, you get some extra credits as well as the turret stops firing on you. Um, so those side objectives, while that one might not be exactly how Helldivers works, those side objectives mirror the side objectives of Helldivers. Um, and as I mentioned before, the thing about extracting, that one kind of explains itself. So, um, like I said, I don't think Bungie is copying Helldivers. I think they're taking in some inspiration, maybe. Um, I know Bungie has been known recently to have been plagiarizing a lot, and I don't think that's what's going on here. With Marathon and that whole situation. If you don't know about that, and you'd like me to do a video on how Bungie basically plagiarized against an artist and copied all of her work for their new game Marathon, I'd love to do a video on that. Just let me know if you guys are interested. But um, while I don't think that's happening here, I do think that they're taking some inspiration, um, and they're very cleverly disguising it in a Star Wars expansion because no one is going to look at this and think, well, I can't say no one because I did, but and also another YouTuber that I watch, he mentioned it, but he didn't go too much into depth. But no one's thinking in a Destiny Star Wars collab, hey, this is exactly like Helldivers. This is a Helldivers clone. No one's thinking that. And I think that this was an interesting move by Bungie because th- while they're not technically getting away with anything because they're not doing anything wrong, no one's very, not no one, very few people are noticing the similarities between the two games. The only reason why I did was because I've been playing a ton of Helldivers. I just made a video on it, and it just came out on Xbox, and they just came out with an update. So I've been playing a ton of it. So that's why I know about it because that's been what I've been playing for the past few days. I've basically just been grinding that, and when I was watching the Bungie trailer, it was just right there. So I think that Bungie is, uh, like I said, I don't think they're copying. They're not doing anything wrong. Games, games are influenced by other games all the time. And frankly, this isn't the first time a game has been influenced by Helldivers recently. I mean, look at the new Fortnite season. That screams Helldivers. It's all bugs versus military. That's literally 1/3 of Helldivers. Um, I mean, it's just games influencing other games, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just curious to hear what you guys think, and let me know if you agree. Do you think that they were influenced by Helldivers, or maybe they weren't influenced by Helldivers, but just in extraction games at all, like as a whole? Um, you know, they are making Marathon. They're making an extraction shooter, and maybe they just wanted to test some of the elements of that within Destiny. I did not play the beta of Marathon. However, I do know that there was a lot of issues there with um, copyright and some some other issues, but and I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that Bungie is copying Helldivers. That is not what I'm saying at all. I just think there might be a little bit of influence, and I'm curious to hear what you guys all think. So let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you are interested in seeing some Helldivers content, I did just post a video uh, earlier about Helldivers and um, what's been going on the past few weeks with Helldivers, with the Xbox release and the the I'm trying to think, the War Bond that just released. And then yeah, there's another video on there explaining kind of what this channel is. But other than that, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and I will see you in the next video. I'm hopefully gonna get another one out tomorrow. At the time, well, actually, I guess today, at the time of recording this, is past midnight. So hopefully, I will get another one out soon, within a few hours. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay.
Cache secured. Good work. but you can before leaving.
What a great find. Jinju and I are excited to study it.
Our main target is on site. Engage and destroy.